Hi everybody, I'm Laura, and if you don't know me, I'm Laura, and I have a PhD in clinical psychology research. I work in sports psychology and as a yoga therapist. But also, I am a patient. I have I have a diagnosis of OCD, and I'm a big believer in medical cannabis, but not only that, but proper nutrition and movement. But enough of that. This, everybody, is my death story. And doing this and sharing this with everybody isn't about anything but healing for myself, freedom for myself, and then hopefully my story is comforting or helps somebody that is going through maybe the same thing or similar. Okay, whew. You know what? Before we start that, I actually have to do a little brag. Happy 2022, everybody. I just want to actually, say the date. Happy New Year's. I got a little present for my son, so I just want to brag. And it's Hello Kitty. I love Hello Kitty. I actually am Hello Kitty. Just playing. Anyways, there's my little mom brag. It was just a gift. So cool. Love it. Anyways, yes, my death story. First, just quickly, and if I talk fast, it's probably because I'm a little nervous, but this isn't about anything, but also for me is freedom, because I did a video about BU, and I struggle with that for the simple fact that I have, and this year I'm not doing it, is I've held a lot of shame about having a mental illness, and also about ending my life. I've held so much shame when in reality I really shouldn't, you know. I have OCD. Why should I be ashamed? Because I was abused the first 13 years of my life in several ways, and I just won't go into details about that at this point. I don't want to. So yeah, why be ashamed? And not only that, but like, yeah, I have my moments, like I have meltdowns, like getting a degree doesn't fix that, or things are better though. Like that's what I want to say about this video, that things are like actually good. Sometimes I just worry about things, and that makes me, well, that's OCD for you. You know what I mean? Like you get these obtrusive thoughts and you have to literally fight them. But okay, so there's a little bit of background there. I had reached a point in my life, it was 2008, and I was just, I had enough, but I kept battling, and you know, and also that with my death, you know, feeling embarrassed, that's ridiculous. I have to deal with, on a normal basis, obtrusive thoughts, you know, about myself, you know, and everything. And I think, like, religious wise, I've had to hold a lot of shame because people are like, if you kill yourself, that is a sin. And I'm not saying that it isn't, but also we have all committed many sins. And I think that my higher power, on that one, there's a lot of things he might be angry with me for. And I think that one isn't gonna be it. Because, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't believe it at all. And I believe I'm back here to comfort and love others, and especially myself, you know. But anyways, yeah, it was 2008, so much pressure, and I battle obtrusive thoughts. Well, the situation happened, and you know, this is the thing. I had two alcoholic beverages, and I don't think had I not done that, I don't think maybe I would have done that. But I was in the right mode, and I was fighting with an ex, my daughter's father, and we're fighting on the phone. And I dealt with having suicidal urges, as a child and all through my life, so it wasn't like something that had never happened, but I never acted on it. And having those 2 drinks, I don't know. I just, when I think about it right now, what I remember, it's almost like my brain exploded. Like, I just felt, I don't know, I can't even explain the intense feeling. And my child's dad told me to go ahead and do it, bitch. And I hung up the phone, and I did it. I don't know, it was like a manic feeling. And then when I started taking the pills, it felt good. Like, I just remembered, like, I took everything in the house. And at the time, I was on so many scripts, sleeping pills, stuff like that for anxiety. Yeah, I just was taking them, and then alcohol. And then I remember writing notes. And I wasn't scared. And then there's part of the story that I don't remember. Actually, my therapist filled in parts of the story for me because I don't remember it, but I called my therapist, I guess. And I wouldn't tell her where I was, but she just figured I was at my house. So she called the police, and the police came to my home. I don't remember any of this. This is what was told to me. Hey, if you don't mind, whew, tense, right? I'm gonna take a swig. My sugar-free Skittles drink packets. Yummy, yummy treat. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a couple hits off this joint. I'm sure you don't mind. Oops. I'm actually really fine, but with using cannabis, sometimes it's not about, you use it as a medication as well, like to pre-medicate, like if someone's swallowing a Klonopin or something. I'm taking some hits off the joint, and I'm switching to edibles. I know I keep saying that. I do some, but anyways. Inhale the positive. Exhale the negative. Okay. Where were we? Yes. I'm filling you in on what my therapist told me. She said I called her and everything, and I guess the police arrived, and I have no recollection, but I fought these guys. And about me is I have training to kickbox, and I'm actually certified to teach kickboxing now, but back then I wasn't. And freaking fought the cops like freaking tooth and nail. And the ambulance got there, and I died in the ambulance. My therapist said that she was on her way. She was on the way to come see me, and she wasn't able to when she got there because I died. And they brought me back. And then we're to a part that I do remember also. Well, like I remember, like this was back in 2008, and I remember it like it was yesterday. Is when I woke up. Oh Lord! When I woke up, I was on a ventilator, and I woke up, And I have never been so angry in my life. Well, and I will tell you, like, I remember like my experience dead, but I'm gonna skip that for right now. Maybe I'll talk about that later because it's religious, and religion is very precious and intimate. I'm just not ready to talk about that part right now. So we're gonna skip to the part of me waking up. I wake up, I'm on a ventilator, like, and you can't talk because you got the ventilator, you know, and it's craziest feeling. And then, like I said, I have never felt such rage like I felt when I woke up for the first time. And I actually yanked my ventilator out. And all I remember is the nurses running in, and I got restrained, and I went back out. So what's really weird about that situation is I spent more time in the medical hospital than I did the psych ward. I spent, after killing myself and them knowing I did it on purpose, I spent 3 days in the mental ward. Yeah. Whew. I thought that was crazy. You killed yourself 3 days later. See ya, good luck. Oh, you know, make it to your next appointment, you know, psychiatrist appointment. And then for me, and really still to this day a little bit, is you die and you come back, or they bring you back. And there's not a lot of, they don't give you a book and say, here, you idiot, try this time, you know? No. So that's when I went back to school, and I've got my master's in counseling from Northwest University and my PhD from Walden University. And I did that because I felt so let down and I didn't know what to do. If I was going to be back here, I didn't want to live like I had been living. And then, like, you know, this is an important part too, my kids, you know. When I was brought back, I knew I had to be here for my kids because I never want them to feel how I felt in life, alone and everything. So that's what, and I wish I would have thought about that when I was doing it, but I didn't. And that's mental illness, and I can't, like, see how you can be punished for that. You know, it was, my mind literally snapped. And I do remember that. I remember that, you know. And also too, like with my counselor too, is I've always had a counselor, like, always. I can't even remember as a kid not having one. And I'm always very close to them because, and it's abnormally actually close, and usually I have like relationships with them that's not like sexually inappropriate or anything like that, but really kind of blurs the lines, you know. But also too, I think that they see me, I am kind of a child, you know, like, not really, almost a 50-year-old child, you know, but in my heart and spirit, you know, when you've gone through things, you get stuck. But also, even when you're mentally ill, it doesn't give you an excuse to be a jerk, and you got to be accountable. You know, there's moments like I have these meltdowns, and I'm like, who is this girl? Who is this? I call it, I drowned in my emotions, but then I come back up. And when I come back up, some days I have to apologize, and sometimes I don't. But when I'm wrong, I definitely do. But when I'm not, you know, people like to push buttons. But if you push people's buttons, you need to be okay with what those buttons do. So anyways, I don't want to get all mean, you know, but I am human. I'm not perfect. I do my best because I don't want to be here if I don't have a loving heart. You know, I was brought here a loving person, and I want to leave here a loving person. And whew, yeah, that was kind of a general rundown. But I just want anybody to feel hope that's hurting. And I actually did this without crying. And no, I didn't get into extreme details or anything because there's really no need to cry. Actually, I need to celebrate. And part of me doing all this was I'm getting ready to make some bigger moves in my life. And it seems like every time I do that, I am my own worst enemy as I self-sabotage. And 2022, I'm not doing that. You know, I'm here to help others with their struggles. And that brings me to kind of like why I really don't do a lot of work as a therapist. But as far as sports psychology, what I do is my biggest thing with people with their health and fitness or even their mental health, how is your diet? Oh my gosh, how is your diet? A lot of things can be fixed through nutrition, you know. And I'm not telling anybody not to take pills, or I'm not telling anybody to use cannabis. I'm telling people, you know, there's options. And with this journey, there is no one size fits all. And you really have to be proactive, you know, because psych meds are scary. You really need to be proactive on that one. And whether you take pills or your holistic movement and nutrition are essential medications. But I thank you so much for listening, and hopefully through my other videos and stuff, I can be inspiring, and it's a testimony that everything is always working out for us, and you just have to do the inner work. No one can do it for you. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much, and I want to wish you a day and celebrate this new year full of love and satisfaction. Namaste.